Here we go, Coach. Fourth period, 65-57. Olympic with the lead in Charlotte, North Carolina.
You know, we talked about the three-point line early in the game when both these teams were shooting. Olympic comes out at the halftime and they shoot 4 of 8 from the three-point line, while Davie is unable to find a three-pointer drop in the third quarter as they are 0 for 3.
Martin loses the ball, but he's able to gather it back. Oh, and he drives.
Cody with an emphatic finish as he jumps about 6 feet out. Tomahawk dunk to start the fourth quarter. Just what we're capable of seeing here.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about that, Coach.
What Olympic does is they continue to shoot from that tray line.
So no quick, big time dunk, they don't care. They just come right back down and hit the three. 68-59.
Parks with yet another three-pointer. Tell you what, that dunk should have been worth maybe a little bit more than just 2 points.
You know, we've seen a lot of big time dunks in high school and in college, but that was one of the biggest I've seen. He looked like he took off almost from the free throw line.
Well, he's got an extra floor in his elevator that most of us don't have, and he definitely used it on that one. A little bit of turbo boost for the Tomahawk dunk.
Down by 9 here, 6:54 to play.
Nine is not a number that Davie definitely can't work with, especially how many possessions each team has had throughout the quarter.
Oh, that's going to be a technical foul. That's going to be a technical foul.
You know, the first time it was Cody that went in for the jam, and I think his brother got a little bit jealous, and he wanted to show him he could do it as well, so he went ahead and did it.
You know, that's exactly what looks like it happened. Is that one twin dunks, and the other twin says, "I'm getting in on this."
Don't know what the call was, but an excellent no call.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't a technical. The way Martin kind of tossed the ball behind him, looked like the ball was just loose, but I thought they might call a technical foul. 68-61 after that huge dunk. Ball's going to stay with Olympic. 6:28 to play.
The referees have done an excellent job on letting these high-caliber high school teams play with emotion and passion, but also understanding of representing their school and their peers well.
Yeah, I think we've seen overall a really good officiating game here today.
Yeah, incredible job, not only from the officials, but the coaches of having their teams prepared to play in a big spotlight game.
Olympic loses the ball out of bounds, and watching the fans, you wouldn't know that they were up by 7, because they're frustrated with that turnover. Fans know this is a big game as well.
You love how every possession means something to both these opponents.
Martin working against Gladden. He stepped on the baseline. Excellent defense there by Gladden. That's one advantage he has over the Martins. He may not, although Gladden I'm sure can get above the rim easily, he doesn't have that same high-flying ability, but he's got the girth and the strength to battle them down on the paint. We have a block on Davie. I believe that's on Tatum. Kenyon Tatum, a junior, 6'4", and that's going to send Dante Simmons to the line.
You can tell Davie does want to cut this into a couple of possession games before that 4-minute mark, as they come out in a little three-quarter pressure to spur Olympic on to maybe a quicker shot or something that they didn't want to do. Fortunately, Olympic was able to get to the free throw line by the good shot fake and drive from Olympic.
And you know, You know, Coach, it kind of looks like the momentum is shifting a little bit to Davie. So this is a good opportunity for Olympic to try to slow the game down, get the game back under control, even though they still have that 7-point lead. But first shot no good for Dante Simmons.
I think I like how this game ends. I think both teams are gonna play with the.
Felt early on about the energy level in this game, and there has been no diminishing that energy level. Both teams are still going at it as hard as they did from the very beginning.
I'm surprised both teams aren't all out sponsored by Gatorade.
And cramping could be an issue. Normally this gym is considered kind of a sweat box, a hot gym, but today it's not too bad. We'll see how it goes later on. But here we are, midway through the fourth quarter, and the players seem like they're going just full speed.
Yeah, I'll be anxious to watch Caleb Martin as he had to handle the bulk of the ball handling at the earlier in the game with his brother sitting in foul trouble. We'll see how that plays out here the last 5 minutes of the game.
Caleb Martin called for the walk right there.
We may have seen more turnovers these past couple of minutes than we have in the entire game. It's been a fast-paced game, but both teams making sure that they get the shots they want.
Coach, do you think they're just pressing more now, trying to establish themselves as the game is winding down, or is it we're lucky early on?
I think the game has transpired into a little bit more methodical game now.
Timeout on the floor here in Charlotte, North Carolina. These guys are just loaded with talent, and these guys. One of the things about talented players, they're not just physically gifted. These guys are smart basketball players.
Yeah, these coaches' fingerprints are all over this court tonight. Their players are making plays for each other, and they're playing together basketball.
Gladden inside with the finish.
I think I heard 2 or 3 smacks there on the drive.
Yeah. A guy of his size, he can take a foul, and it's not called because you don't even notice it.
He may need some of those smacks to help him focus on not tearing down the rim, but just put the ball in.
Martin driving on Parks, and he's going to score. Cuts the lead back to 5. Just over 3 minutes left to play here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Patton finds Jackson on the outside, and he's going to get it back to Parks.
What a luxury to have in high school when one of your 6'7" guys are straight line driving from the top of the key while their twin brothers holding off in the post. As Caleb with the drive and Cody posting up BJ on the opposite side.
Right there, BJ Gladden. I don't want to even make a cliche joke, but I'm sure he thought he was seeing double. The guy's guarding him, and he's trying to go over top of him, and then the same guy comes behind him and blocks his shot.
He could be Twittering, twinning tonight if they don't walk out of here with this W.
Jackson's going to slow it down. He's going to run the point, but get it over to Patton.
So Davie has worked their way back in this game. It's only a 2-possession game with about 2.5 minutes to go.
Oh, big time shot from Mitchell right there.
What a handy man. He can just do it all. Very utilized player. Taking a shot from the elbow, which is almost a lost art, especially for a guy with his skill set and athleticism.
Yeah, Trey Mitchell is a guy he's I wouldn't say he has a quiet game, but he just wows you. The more you watch him, you notice how well he does so many things. Martin with the ball at the top of the key. He's going to drive left. Now he's going to back it out. Zarife Parks is trying to cut him off. Steal by Parks. Jackson has the ball in transition, and he finds Parks on the wing. Rims out. Martin with the rebound. 1:52 to play. Davie down by 7. Martin tries to finish, and he does, and that's going to cut it back to 5. And we've got a timeout on the floor, and that's going to be a full timeout. Back on the floor here at Olympic High School, 1:45 left to play, 72-67 Olympic. inbounding the ball. Jackson to B.J. Gladden. He goes back to Jackson.
Davie picking up full court man, maybe looking to jump the dribbler, but looks like we have a foul here called in the backcourt.
Austin Hatfield called for the foul. C.J. Jackson will inbound the ball.
And they may want to get that foul count out a little bit up just in case they want to foul towards the end of the game, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
Yep, you're right, Coach. Another foul in the backcourt, this time by Taylor Hatfield on Javon Patton. So they're already planning for the end of the game.
We're still at a 2-possession game with 1:35, and the way that these teams can shoot the three, a three-pointer is not going to be a problem.
Now Gladden with the ball going against Kenyon Tatum.
Here comes the jump. Probably didn't want to foul there with a guy picking up his dribble as BJ got caught picking up his dribble in the backcourt. But the players have already sent a message to the refs. This is what we want to do. This is our strategy for the end of the game here.
Yeah, kind of a quick whistle there. Maybe they anticipated that call.
So they got one more foul until they put them in a bonus. So it looks like we're going to play some basketball here for a little while.
Patton out to Jackson, now back to Patton. He spins on Hatfield. He gets in the lane and he finds Jackson. So right now Jackson and Patton are just playing a little passing game back and forth. And that's going to put Patton on the line with a foul. And I'm sure that, there's nobody really on Olympic or, just Davie has a couple of guys, but really on Olympic right now that you would want to put on the free throw line. So anybody you foul is a pretty decent free throw shooter.
I'm sure Davie's just ecstatic that these guys aren't allowed to step back and shoot threes for their free throws.
Patton's first free throw was good, 73-67.
It's just such a luxury to have a solid senior point guard who can step up to the line with a minute to go in the game and knock down some key free throws as Patton was able to hit 1 and 2.
Martin with the ball now. He's bringing it up. He goes over the top to his brother. He kicks it back out to Hatfield. Taylor Hatfield, no good on the shot. Martin with the ball, but it's stripped by Jackson. Everybody's on the floor. Big shot by Hatfield. Austin Hatfield with a big shot. Cuts it to 3 with under a minute to play. Jackson out to Maurice Parks. Parks to the corner to Gladden. Gladden pulls up. And he's going to be fouled. No, he couldn't finish the three-point play or couldn't get the three-point play, but he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Davie's three-pointer by Hatfield, it started with a very, very early transition, great post-up from Cody Martin around the free throw line in the transition. They threw the lob pass over the top, ended up being a 3 at the top of the key for Hatfield. What a knockdown by Taylor Hatfield to get the game to 1 possession.
That shot's no good. So Gladden with a chance to extend the lead, make it a 2-possession game. Not able to do so. Got one more chance to do it right here.
BJ wanting to keep the hashtag twinning out of his dreams at night.
So both shots no good for Gladden. And that's got to does give Davie a lot of hope for what they can do. Now they've got a lifetime on the clock, 33.5 seconds.
Olympic 1 of 4 in the last 45 seconds of the game shooting free throws. So this inspires Davie right now. In the timeout, I'm sure they don't have to have a 3. High school basketball is a little bit different around the 30-second mark, though. Sometimes you do look for a 3, but again, this is a high possession game. So Davie's going to be able to pick out exactly where and when they want to attack this Olympic defense.
Do you think their first and best shot is just go inside, or they'll look for the 3?
I definitely would go inside out. I'd put the ball, try to go a straight line drive to the rim and finish. If something is open and you like one of your knockdown shooters is open, they definitely have the freedom and the confidence to knock home that tray ball to tie this game up.
Well, let's see what they've got working cooked up here and see what they talked about in the timeout. Cody Martin inbounding the ball to Taylor Hatfield. Back to Martin. And he gets back to Taylor. He finds Caleb Martin down off the wing. Now Caleb is going to pull the ball out. Go to his. He's going to go to the right. And I believe that they called that foul before the shot. 20.3 seconds left. Still up by 3. Olympic.
Very good time management. Only took off 10 seconds of the clock. Was able to get the ball to one of your high major Division I players, and he's able to break down his guy and get to the middle.
Still have time to go for a 2 here, Coach?
Yeah, again, you just want the best available. You've got the ball underneath their basket, and they're not even close to the foul count, and that's something that Olympic could maybe use to their advantage right now, as they could foul Davie for the next 20 seconds.
And here we go, inbounding the ball. Taylor Hatfield just inbound. He's inside the ball. Trey Mitchell with the steal. 13.8 seconds, and Trey Mitchell is going to be going to the line. And now he's going to have a chance to do what B.J. Gladden couldn't do a little earlier and extend that lead out to a 2-possession game.
I'll tell you what, if these guys are out on the street picking teams, number 15 Mitchell's name is one of the guys that's going to be here.
You got to love his
he's
toughness.
Up for the challenge to knock down these free throws.
You said it, Coach. You got to love his toughness. You got to love his poise on the floor. I mean, he just plays so under control. I've been a fan of Mitchell over the past year. And like I said, we saw it last year at our Southeast Summer Showcase. And he looked exactly like he does today. You know, making plays all over the court, doing what had to be done. Brings that Chicago toughness to his game, but a really nice prospect.
Mitchell definitely is a player that he doesn't care if there's 5 people in the gym or 5,000. He's going to give it everything he has every single game.
Yeah, and you know, college coaches, they got to look at a guy like that and say that guy's not going to be rattled by the pressure.
Something that no coach wants to do is coach effort.
That's true.
And this guy has 110% effort as he's left it all on the court here this evening.
Well, I don't want to jinx him, so we'll see what he can do here. See a couple of big shots from Mitchell. He's a good free throw shooter. Really, there's no one else you'd want on the line in this situation. And he bounces around the rim, but he scores, and that's going to make it a 2-possession game.
That soft touch that he's been displaying all day long.
And he can make it tough right here. Second shot's no good. Martin with the rebound, making a race up floor. He pulls up for the 3. And that is huge.
Now just to soften the blow a little bit, the free throw that Mitchell was unable to convert, it's not entirely a big deal because it's still a 2-possession game. And I think a lot of times us fans get caught up in the points, and we really should be concentrating on the possessions, and it's still just a 2-possession game.
And you know, Coach, I want to point this out. I see fans on the Davie side making the little Wolfpack hand gestures, and I see fans on the Olympic side making the Wolfpack hand gestures. So right now they're just a huge fan of the Wolfpack, knowing that that's what they're going to be seeing in just a couple of years.
Well, these Wolfpack and Tar Heels are going to be going at it for the next 6 years because all these guys are coming back after this year. What a clutch shot at the top of the key by Martin. Brought the ball down, and when Caleb was able to find daylight at the top of his jump shot, knocked down the 3 with 7 seconds left.
Well, you see the big-time players coming out right when it matters.
Yeah, he never flinched, and the ball wasn't going anywhere else but yet in his hands.
Jackson to inbound the ball. BJ Gladden facing up. Jackson's going to call timeout.
A tough time in getting the ball in bounds there. But one of the things coaches and players need to be aware of is he able to run the baseline?
Under 8 seconds, 7.5 seconds to play. Olympic inbounding the ball. This time he does run the baseline, coach. And here we go. Davie was able to get the defensive stop. They inbound the ball to Martin. Martin goes outside to Caleb Martin. Luis crosses the field. Everybody's out on the floor. That's the game. It is over. 74-73 Olympics. What a game.
Yeah, both teams leaving everything out there. The game ended just the way it started, with just a 1-point difference.
Yeah, unbelievable. Both teams had their chances. I'm sure that the losing team isn't happy about that, but you just can't. Both teams had their chances and they took advantage of them. And I think right now Olympics got to be feeling pretty good.
I know as a coach and as a program, you never want to hear nobody lost tonight. But I tell you what, both of these teams are going to be able to learn a lot from this game here. It's just unfortunate that one had to come up a little bit short, 74-73 at the end of the game.
All right, so that's it here from Olympic High School in Charlotte. 74-73 Olympics with the win over Davie County High School.